let's talk about the Bad Batch. So we got 2 episodes out now. And like I said, the first episode, the premiere, the debut of the Bad Batch really surprised me because, like I said, I didn't watch any of the trailers. I wasn't really interested. I didn't watch most of season 7 of the Clone Wars. I watched the first episode when they were introduced, and then M came, and I didn't want to watch, you know, the Clone Wars where he couldn't enjoy it. Oh yeah, just special shout out to the dude who left a comment, you know, that I needed to teach that kid English, and screw him and that. You're talking about well, you know what, bro, you can't even comment on here anymore because I blocked you, because that's a family member, and you know, oh, and he's special needs, so like you made fun of basically my little brother at this point. 2, you made fun of special needs kid, so you know, you go F yourself, and have a nice day. You know, feel free to you comment whatever you want, but you're blocked. So like I don't need that in my life. Like right now I'm at the point where I'm just like, you know what, if you leave a comment and you sound like a D-bag, I'm just gonna block you. I'm not even gonna entertain you. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I don't got time for that, right? You know, if somebody wants to leave a write along essay about, you know, censorship and free speech and all of that, I won't read it, and I'll block you too. I ain't got time for that, man. I just don't have time for it, right? And speaking of not having time for stuff, episode 2, the Bad Batch, they ain't got time for the Empire and all this, you know, what is my cousin, the Bufala the Empire is putting out. So they go to this I've never known how to say that planet, and there's a flashpoint in Star Wars Old Republic. Silicami, is that what it is? I don't know. I know somebody's gonna try to tell me how to pronounce it in the comments, and I'm not gonna read it, and I'm gonna just be real. Just like I said, I don't know their names, so I'm just gonna give them names. And in the video where I said that, I was like, I know somebody's gonna try to tell me what all their names and some explanation of the characters, and somebody did. And I didn't read it because I was like, just for that, I'm just going to call them the wrong names anyway. Because I'm like, look, man, I don't, it's not that crucial to me, right? I'm just here to have fun. I don't need somebody to set the facts straight for me. Like, you know what? If that's what I want to do, I just stop and go do something else. I am doing something else, but I mean, like the time I'm doing this, I could really be finishing my script for video that my follow-up to my problems with Aikido video, right? So like their names are, I'll learn their names eventually, right? But I like my names that I've given them. We got Rambo, we got Bald Mr. T, we got Smart Guy, Echo, and Sharpshooter, Crosshairs, right? And I think that's his name. I tried to learn it, but like I said, it's not that crucial. Y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. And if you don't, you don't. Get mad. If you get mad, you can lick your butt and get glad. Like my granddad said, you getting mad over cartoon characters, right? You know, I ain't trying to go on the schmoes, whatever Star Wars trivia thing. That's for Alex and Molly. Right? I ain't trying to win no Star Wars trivia contest. Right? Ask me what is the Force. Ain't no trivia there. Let me write a video essay on the Force, the importance of the Force in the Skywalker saga and the sequels in The Last Jedi. That's what I do, right? You damn by no damn clone names. So anyway, they go to Silicami, and the clone that deserted and smashed the Twi'lek and had 2 kids, he's in there, and he let them know that Rex passed through weeks earlier, So we know this is several weeks, maybe a month, 2 months, who knows, after Order 66 went down. So a little bit of time has passed, right? Well, what have they been up to? Have they just been floating through space since they left Camino, or did a little bit of time pass between everything, all the events that happened in the first episode? Who knows? Maybe we'll get some clarity on that soon. But you know, this episode was really about, I mean, we essentially got 3 men and a baby, 3 men and a lady, 3 men and a baby, except it's 4 of them, unless you want to question Echo as being a man, since they describe him as more machine than man at this point. But I'll say it's four dudes and a lady, right? And then the familial connection here is they're the Bad Batch. They're all from the same batch, the little clump of cells. They're the batch of clones, you know, batch 99, right? So they're like her big brothers in a sense, right? And you know, Rambo guy, Hunter, I like Rambo guy better than Hunter. Rambro, he's Rambro because he's a big bro. Rambro Hunter is he's like, man, we lead a dangerous life, man. We can't, you know, he's coming from a good place, right? He's like, I don't feel like Omega should be with us, not because we don't want her, but I mean, we didn't get to be kids. We got the growth accelerator, whatever, you know, and we were bred to do one thing. And now, you know, what is that one thing that we're supposed to do? And I feel like this is an issue with all of the clones, right? Except for the few who desert. Is that even Rex and the other clones who were with him, but you know, but Rex continued to fight after Ahsoka found him. You know, he immediately joins the rebellion, and you know, we don't know what Rex's outcome was or will be. He might turn up in Ahsoka Tano's show. That's what the big speculation was from the leakers and whatnot. But like I said, I'm not really trying to be leaked on anything. I don't follow that news stuff anymore. I'm like, you know, so, you know, I remember way back, it was like some people on Reddit that were like, I can't believe he didn't know about it, because they apparently they got leaked that Han Solo was Rey's father or some shit. I'm like, well, how did that one turn out? Well, I can't believe Prince didn't know about this, bro. I was so embarrassed watching when he denied it, and like, well, how did that turn out for you guys, right? You know, I'm just gonna say this in the future. If you guys ever ask me about some theory, a speculation, a leak or something, and you ask me for my thoughts, and it's something you like, look, don't even because I'm a tear it apart. Even if I think it's true myself, I'ma still tear it apart. I'ma say, well, this is why this is why it sounds like it's not gonna happen. Even if I think it definitely will happen, and it's like, yo, man, I like this, but I'm still gonna tell you the flaws in it, right? Because that's what I do. That's what I do, man. Right? And I'm getting ready to do that with the Bad Batch. But what I was saying about Rambro Hunter is that's his name from now on. So if you don't like it, deal with it. Rambro Hunter is like, Omega has a chance to be a kid, to grow up, to enjoy being a kid. You know, we still don't know what she is. We don't know, you know, all of us were bred to be something different, something special. But we don't know what her talent is. Now, I mean, off the top, if I had to guess, you know, without, you know, the thing that I said before, I think she's got a combination of all of their skills. That would be my immediate guess. Just, you know, they're all genetically engineered to be really smart, really strong. Rambro Hunter's got Jedi senses and reflexes. You know, Crosshair is good at shooting stuff, right? We've already seen her demonstrate that she's got, she appears to have superior senses. She picked up on, you know, that the Crosshair was getting ready to snitch them out. You know, she sent something else. High IQ guy mentioned that she was able to sense something. Then we saw her shoot the blaster, shoot the trigger finger of a Crosshair when he was getting ready to take out Rambro, right? Which that's a 1 in a million shot. But I mean, who else was really good at shooting stuff that had no force training was Leia, right? You look at Leia in A New Hope, right? She pulled out that blaster rifle and she was no joke. And then you jump ahead to Bloodline. Well, by then she had training. But the way she took out Ren, River, and Die, you know, for those of y'all who don't read books, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of Star Wars books I haven't read anything in the new Thrawn trilogy. The young Thrawn trilogy, I hadn't read none of those. So, you know, I'm just being real. Like, you miss stuff when you don't read the books. And I'm not saying you have to read everything. Read what you want to read. Don't read what you don't want to read. I'm not reading none of them damn Padme books, and it sound like she's getting a trilogy. I'm just not reading them. Somebody don't like it, you can join the rest. Lick your butt, get going. I appreciate E.K. Johnson, the work she's putting in, but I'm just not interested in reading about Padme. There's some Star Wars stuff that I just don't have to know about. Some, you know, I think I actually own one of those Padme books, but it might get read one day. I don't know. I never say never, but right now I don't see it in my immediate future at all. So, this last episode was really about them choosing Omega and Omega choosing them, right? They, you know, we're gonna get to see, you know, what happened to this guy, what happened to that guy, and it's kind of not gonna make sense for a while until we have an actual, like, plot theme. Like, what is the plot? What is the real story here? Right? I mean, we know that eventually at some point Crosshair is going to be looking for them. He's going to come after them. Are they going to remove his inhibitor chip or what? You know, I kind of said I don't really see. I think they're going to lose their brother. I think they've already lost him to Tarkin, right? And they're going to end up having to replace him with Fennec Shand, right? We know she's a sharpshooter. We know she's going to somehow join them. I think she might not join them until we know what this is the story. This is what's actually going on here. And I think that might be tied to Omega, whatever Omega is, whoever she is. That's something that we will have to stand by, you know. But you know what a lot of people think, and I said it off the top. I was like, I think she's got the Force, right? But I mean, the popular theory is that, you know, of course, there's, well, maybe she's Rey's mother. Like, I don't know. Maybe she's a Palpatine clone. She's a half Palpatine and half Jango Fett. I don't know about that one, because I feel like they've gone out of their way. And you could say, well, it's because she was in the clone facility with all the Jango Fett clones, that she's a Kiwi. She talks that way. She talks like them. You know, she's got they made sure that whoever voiced her, you know, talked like a Kiwi, right? And I really don't know what to say about the Palpatine thing, right? You know, that maybe they were experimenting on, I can buy that they're experimenting on cloning a Force sensitive, but like I said, when I said I think she's got the Force and this is why, the why was, you know what, I'm gonna look that up while I'm like with you guys, because like I said, there was a Force sensitive clone. There was a force sensitive clone trooper in Legends. Um, Here it is. See, this is not canon, it's Legends. I mean, at one point I think they said that like Jango might have been force sensitive, I don't know. Jango Fett Dart, a prime clone, also known as a clone template, was the source of genetic. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Jango Fett genetic template of the Republic clone troopers. There, I could have sworn that there was in the comic books and whatnot. I don't even know what this shit is I'm looking at. I'm just talking about Palpatine's clone, the QS clones. Maybe that's it. See, I don't know none of this stuff. They're talking about actual force sensitive clones and whatnot. No, that's not it. I don't know how to look it up. But there was a force sensitive clone, and he looked like Rambo Hunter, right? Hunter. Yeah, I don't, because I don't know what none of this stuff is. I don't care nothing about Legends, but it would help if I knew now. This time it would help if I like knew Legends, because it was something I stumbled across a long time ago. Thrawn's clone army. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it. Not like this. Thought it was like Trooper X something. I don't know. Clone Trooper X2. Ah, is that it? X2 was a force-sensitive clone trooper secretly created by the Kaminoans prior to the outbreak of the Clone Wars. Cloned from... Oh, he was actually cloned from a Jedi Knight. No, that's not him. I thought that... And this sounds like something from a video game. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. Maybe there's some other ones. Yeah, I don't know. There anyway, like I keep trying to say, there was a clone trooper who was force sensitive. The way I remember him is that he looked like Hunter, and I thought that the Bad Batch was actually like inspired by that force sensitive clone. Maybe I hope somebody in Wikipedia did their work and they were thinking the way I was. No, they're like talking about be nice if they, oh yeah, this was for some, like I said, for some reason I always thought that the Bad Batch was inspired by these force sensitive. I thought it was two of them, maybe it was only one. So I can't remember. I like to be able to show stuff when I mention it, but I can't. Is there another Bad Batch? No. I guess it's like I said, it's one of those things I stumbled upon years ago and just kind of remember it. But I don't. I'm because I'm sitting here like live. they aren't canon. X1 and X2. Clone Trooper kicks. Maybe. No, that's a surviving Clone Trooper. No. The story of two Clone Trooper Jedi brothers. Maybe though that is who I'm thinking of. Maybe it is them. I don't know. Maybe it is them. For some reason I thought that it was a Jango Fett clone. And they were force sensitive. I see this shit from a video game. Maybe that's where I got it from. But I thought I saw them from a comic book or something. It could be though. I thought it was they were actual like clone troop, like from Jango Fett clones, and they turned out to be force sensitive, and I never. Well, that's a picture from the Clone Wars, and they look like troopers, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, and this is from a video game. Maybe they could have still taken the idea that there was the force sensitive clones that, around the Clone Wars, and, they get ideas from all kinds of stuff. But as far as Omega, I just thought, you've got that story already, something similar that inspires it, because Pablo Hidalgo said a long time ago to me that, yo man, we own the rights to everything, Lucasfilm, EU, Legends, whatever, LucasArts, video games, whatever, and it's all fair use to inspire something else later down the line. So what I was really trying to go with this is, you had the idea, and I said this in the last time I talked about it, was it like Yoda was like, yo man, y'all are clones, but in the Force you're all individuals. The Force can tell the difference between each of you. And, when I'm looking at you through the Force, you're not the same. You're not just clones, right? You're not just cannon fodder. And if in the Force exists where there is life. And think about, you got all these cells, clone cells of Jango Fett, embryos, clone troopers, everything. And it would only make sense, okay, these are all instruments of death, right? That the clone troopers were there for this fake war that Palpatine had planned out, to help him seize control of the galaxy, the known galaxy, right? The Republic, and turn it into the latest iteration of the Sith Empire, with him as the lead in charge, and then that would free him up to explore the deeper aspects of the dark side, so that somebody was like, what does Palpatine really want? What is he really trying to do? He's trying to become a god, trying to become immortal and unleash the full powers of the dark side. That's what he wanted to do. He was under the impression that the only way to do that would be to become a dyad in the Force with his apprentice. And if you've got the chosen one, even better, right? It's like a force multiplier or something from Dragon Ball. Well, if I form a dyad with the chosen one, how much more power will I unlock? Because we'll essentially share the power, right? But with me being, the master, and him being the apprentice under my thumb, right? As far as, we have this, amazing control of the dark side, but I understand the secrets. I know the secrets, and as long as I can hold that over his head, Vader, Anakin, whatever you want to call him, as long as I can hold that over his head, then I maintain control, right? That's why I was like, yo man, I said this back in last year. It's like, yo man, I've like discovered the whole secret of the Skywalker saga, right? As it wasn't necessarily about the Skywalker family, it's about them stopping Palpatine from achieving this. And then what happens is that Palpatine is like, okay, I figured out how to unleash the full power of the dark side, but I need my granddaughter I need Rey to serve as the vessel to allow me to fully achieve this. And what happens, Rey is the one that defeats him, right? It's like the Skywalker, the prophecy, the chosen one allowed all of this to happen. Everything around the emergence, the Force allowed the chosen one to emerge, right? And be born, through an immaculate conception to stop Palpatine from doing all this. He had already set it all into motion, right? And Anakin steps up and he puts him down for a little while, and there's balance in the Force, because Palpatine he had to go back to his tomb and lick his wounds, right? He's like Mumra, in the mummified version of Mumra, right? Not jacked up on steroids Mumra, but weak ass Mumra. That's a Thundercats reference if you didn't catch it. And all this time, yeah, he's building up his forces and building up the Sith Eternal cult. But even still, it's like, you know what? But what's Palpatine gonna do, man? He's on the constant dialysis, and his time is running out, right? And then, Rey redeems Kylo, and then they go and they take on Palpatine, and she's able to defeat him with by drawing on all of the Jedi to defeat all of the Sith, right? And so Omega, is she Rey's mother? Is she a clone Palpatine? Is she practiced for? See, the problem I have with that is, like, we know how that story is gonna play out, right? If she's Rey's mother, she's gonna die, right? Is she practiced for Palpatine? I would see that would be interesting, but I think it would be more interesting to just, like, you can tire the Palpatine, but for me it would be more interesting if she just you know what, we got all of these clones, and there's one who's Force sensitive, right? And they're trying to keep it a secret. And why is she a girl? Why is she so much different? Because I'm like, either you're gonna go with the cloners, the Kaminoans, they genetically modified her to be a girl, and she's got, is that what makes her different, right? Because clone batch 99, they're all defective. Is she defective because she's a girl? Well, what message does that send, right? Because that's if there's a feminist agenda, SJW agenda, Lucas, how's that gonna go over? That you're a defective clone. She's defective because she's a girl, not a boy. She's defective because she didn't have a penis. She's got ovaries instead of testes, right? That's not gonna go over too well if that's her only major defect. But if it's like, well, the Force, made her different, and she's a girl, and the Kaminoans, they kept her apart because they don't know, like, they saw, we got a girl female embryo, and so they didn't give her the growth accelerator. Did the lady, did she want a daughter, right? Just like, Jango wanted one perfectly unaltered clone. Did I say yeah, and that was Boba. Maybe she got attached to the clones as kids, and she wanted one perfectly unaltered to be her daughter. I don't know, but I think that's a possibility too. I'd like to see it be all of them, right? Is that they were attached to her? Is there some significance to the little thing she's wearing on her head? I just looked at that. I thought that was like, had something to do with the Kaminoans. I hadn't really paid much attention to it. Maybe it's saying that her third eye is open. Ooh, I kind of want to go watch one of the videos where they like circled that in the thumbnail. Maybe I should make that my thumbnail. I circle that little thing on her head, put an arrow pointing to it. This is what makes Omega special. That'll be the video title. This is what makes Omega special. Her third eye is fully open. And in Avatar, when they talk about chakras, and somebody will butcher all of that. But hey, man, maybe her third eye is open. I mean, you know, and what does it have to do with the Force and Star Wars? Well, see, it's like when Luke Skywalker was describing to his Padawan why Ben Solo was so much more powerful in the Force, and why he learned everything so fast and so quickly, and why he was just a total prodigy when it comes to the Force. You know, it's because he had that mighty Skywalker blood flowing through his veins. But Luke Skywalker said that the Force is like a door, and some people are born with the door wide open, and other people are born with the door and it's just a crack open. But with time and training and patience, anyone can have the door open completely wide open and attain mastery of the Force, right? And the only thing that separates them is how they start out in the beginning, but everyone can reach the same point in the end with enough time and patience and dedication. Right, so the third eye being fully open, that's the door, right? She can see into the Force. She's a Force seer. That's what it means. No, let me stop. Somebody's gonna take me seriously and they're gonna be like, Prince is uncovered. Yo, man, I'm just talking out of my butthole. Look, this is because I get so tired of people getting attached to theories and speculations and whatnot. This show, all of these shows always have a kid, a child character. It's the hero's journey, right? It's her journey. She's coming to know herself. The Bad Batch, they're kind of her protectors, but at some point maybe she ends up protecting them, right? And you know, if we had all the answers on day one, why would anyone watch, right? When I said it surprised me, I wasn't expecting this kid Omega to show up. And so for me, I want to know, like, what is her journey? What is it, the thing that she needs to discover? What is the boon that she needs to find? And you know, who is the wise old person on the side of the road that takes her by the hand, right? So that's why I'm like, you know what if she's not Force sensitive, and it's just she's got a combination of all of their skills, and so she's got to learn from all of her big brothers. You know, she's got to learn from Rambro Hunter, and B.A. Baracus, Bald Mr. T, and she's got to spend time with Smart Guy, and maybe being around Smart Guy will she'll make him a little bit more human, because he's like, oh well, I knew this all along. Well, how come you didn't tell anybody? Well, I just figured you guys knew it too, right? You know, there's some comedy there. And she will rehumanize Echo, right, from where he got blown up, and he's supposed to be, you know, more machine than man, right? And he looks ghostly and pale, right? Now they got, you know, 4 men and a lady, right? And they have 3 men and a baby. The last movie was 3 men and a lady. Right now we got 4 men and a lady, Star Wars edition. And it'll be some laughs. It'll be some, oh, here's this character, here's a cameo, here's Kanan, here's Saw Gerrera, here's the dude that defected in the Clone Wars, and this is what they're up to. Here's somebody else. Will they run into Rex? Will we see Palpatine and Vader? Where are they? We've seen Tarkin, you know. But I kind of feel like you can only do so much with the cameos. At some point, you got to establish the story. This is what's happening. This is the big plot for this season. Or if there's only one season, this is where we're going. And you know, like I said, I feel like this is going to connect some dots to stuff we've already seen or stuff we're going to see. So we'll just have to stay tuned and see where it goes. But I'm invested in this Omega character. I didn't really want to watch the Bad Batch. For a second, they kind of had me fooled, like she might really go with that family, and I was like, no way, she can't really go with them. If she does, something's gonna happen in the next episode or 2 episodes from now. They're gonna have to go and rescue her right there, you know. And then I was like, well, I don't want to see anything bad happen to that family, just to set up, oh, Omega's in trouble, we got to go get her. And I mean, I know they're not real, but You know what I'm saying? Like, when you put yourself inside the story, it's like, yeah, I don't see anything bad happen to them. Like, can anybody have a happy ending? Like, they just go to the outer rim and they go in a wild space and go be hunters and happy, and you know, and that other uh clone trooper who defected a long time ago, like, he can just enjoy getting up in them Leku on his Twi'lek wife. Can that happen?